Hello friends, welcome to October 1st, 2022, yet another New York Times Hard Sudoku. I'm taking the opportunity to record this video during the Vietnamese lunch hour. Everyone is at home or at work asleep, and I hope to keep the background noise at a minimum. So, to get us started, let's look at the 5 here and the 5 here and the 5 down here, and that fixes the 5 for box number 3, like so. Well, I know that a 4 will have to go either here or here because of these two 4s. Let's see. And I know that a 3 will have to go either here or here because of these two 3s, and therefore either here or here. And I can immediately spot another New York Times Sudoku special. Let's look at these three numbers here, the 2, 3, and the 5. We've got exactly 3 empty cells left in this row. So the 2, 3, and a 5 will have to go in those 3 empty cells, leaving a 1, 6, and an 8 to go in these 3 cells. And seeing these two 1s here, we can place a 1, and it has to go here. So these two cells, of course, now have to be a 6 and an 8 in some combination, and the combination is a given now because of the 6 here. The 6 will have to go here and the 8 here. And now we have a 5, 6 pair in these two cells because of the 5, 6 here and the 5 and a 6 here. So these two cells now have to be 5 and 6. And that leads us to an 8, I think. Look at the 8 here and look at the 8 here. We now know that an 8 for this box and also therefore for row 7 has to go either here or here. So given a ghost 8 here and an 8 here and an 8 here, we can fix the 8 for row 8, and it has to go here. And we have another pair now for these two cells, and they are the 4 and an 8 and the 4 and an 8. They have to go here. And seeing that, and this 9, the 9 now obviously cannot go here or here, so it has to go here. We still need to find a 1, 2, 3, and a 6 for column 1. And look here, there's a 1, 2, and a 3 already in this row. So clearly the 6 has to go here. Now we just need a 1, 2, and a 3. And let's see, we can't really, well, yes, of course, the 1 here prevents a 1 from going here or here, so it has to go here. And these two cells now are going to be 2 and a 3 in some order, leaving 5, 7, 9 for these 3 cells. And since we have established that a 3 will have to go in this cell or in this cell, and we already have a 3 that is occupying column 3, we still need to find a 3 for column 2, this one here. And the only place a 3 can go now, because of the 3 here and a ghost 3 down here, is in this cell. We need a 2, 4, 7, and a 9 to complete column 4. Now the 2 here and the 2 here forces a 2 in this cell. As we recall, these two cells here have to be a 4 and an 8 in some order, and that leaves 1, 2, and a 6 to complete these 3 cells. And there's a 1 and a 2 already in the row, so the 6 will have to go here. So these two cells now have to be a 1 and a 2, and that leaves these 2 empty cells, and they of course have to be a 7 and a 5. And I can't place a 7 and a 5 in those 2 cells, at least not yet. But I can say that a 3 will have to go in this cell or in this cell, because of the 3 here and the 3 here. A 3 cannot go here nor here, so it has to go here or here. And because of this 3 now and this 3, we can place 3 in this cell. And we can say with certainty that these two cells have to be 4 and 9 in some order because of the 9 here and the 4 here. And that leaves these two cells. And of course, they have to be a 7 and an 8. And of course, now, if these two are 7 and 8, then this is a 1 or a 2. And this one here, of course, also is a 1 or a 2 now. So logic tells us that if these two cells are 4 and 9, then these two cells have to be a 4 and a 9 in some order, leaving a 7 for this cell right here. And now we look back at our 7 and 8 pair here. This is now an 8 and this is a 7. This 8 and this 8 and this 8 force an 8 in this cell. And now we can resolve the 4 and a 9 here because we also have a 4 and a 9 down here, except the 4 mandates a 9 for this cell, a 4 for this one, and a 9 for that one. And this lonely cell will have to be a 7 now because of these two 7s. And that fixes a 7 for this cell because of the 7 up here. And the 7 here plus the 7 here gives us a 7 for row 8. And also for row 9, it needs to go here now because of this 7. And I think we have all the 7s now. And of course, we can now place the 4 in this cell. And we can place a 4 in this cell again because of this 4 here and these two 4s. The last remaining digit for this row is a 9. It has to go here. And a 4 in this row will have to go here because of these two 4s. And now we need to place an 8 in this row, and there is an 8 down here that can see this cell, so the 8 is forced into this cell, and the last remaining digit here is a 6. Now we can continue a little bit with the 8. There is an 8 here, and an 8 here, and there is an 8 here, so this is where the 8 has to go in row 2, and therefore an 8 has to go in this cell in row 1 because of these two 8s now. And we remember that these two cells were 4 and 8, right? So now, of course, we can place the 4, and we can place the 4 over here because of this 4. And the 9 now goes in this cell. The 9 here and the 9 here and this 9 down here force a 9 in this cell. The last digit for this row is a 3, goes here. This 3 and this 3 force a 3 in one of these two cells. Now that we found this 3, we know we can fix the 3. It goes here, and therefore here. This 3 and this one here, and the 3 up here gives us a 3 for this cell. And the last digit here is going to be what? A 2. So 2 here, 2 here, gives us a 2 for the bottom row. And since this now cannot be a 2, 2 has to go here or here. That means that this cell has to be a 2 now, and the 1 must go here, and this is going to be a 1. The last digit here is a what? Is a 5. And the 5 here and the 5 here gives us a 5 for this column. And what else? These are still 5 and 6. Nothing I can do about that at the moment. And these two are 5 and 9. Okay, so this has got to be a 9. this is a 5, and therefore this is a 5, and this is a 6. This one, the only number missing now from the row is a 2, and therefore this must be a 6. Now we need a 1 for one of these cells. There's a 1 already in this column, so the 1 must go here, and the other digit is a 6. And that fixes a 6 for this cell, and a 2 for this one, a 2 for this one, and a 1 for this cell, and the last digit in the puzzle. I believe that this is one of the more easy hard level puzzles of the New York Times ever. And I'm sure that you had no problems at all following through this solve. I hope you liked it, and I hope to see you again back here soon. Bye for now.